Ensure that your passport is valid for at least 6 months. If your passport is about to expire, make sure to renew it as soon as possible. Otherwise, you may be denied entry. Besides visa exemptions for certain countries, most foreigners need to apply for a Chinese visa in advance, such as Tourist Visa L, Business Visa M, Student Visa X, etc. You can apply at the Chinese embassy or visa center in your locality, and typically you will need a passport, a visa application form, a passport photo, an invitation letter, and other required documents. It is recommended to apply at least 1 month in advance. When entering the country, you may be asked to provide a round-trip flight ticket or your next travel plans. Please prepare the confirmation email of your hotel booking to avoid detailed questioning by immigration officers. This information is also needed when filling out the arrival card. If possible, print out your itinerary and accommodation details in advance. According to the generally accepted rules in the hotel industry, most hotels in major cities across China currently follow international practices. This means that guests can check in after 2 p.m. on the day of arrival and are typically required to check out by 12 p.m. noon the following day. However, some hotels may allow guests to check out as late as 2 p.m. the next day. It is best to inquire in advance to avoid any unnecessary inconvenience. When flying, the luggage you can bring can generally be divided into 2 types: checked luggage and carry-on luggage. Checked luggage generally does not have strict size restrictions unless your baggage is oversized. Checked luggage limits are typically based on weight rather than size. For non-budget airlines, there is usually a free checked luggage allowance of 20 to 30 kilograms per person, and it's recommended to keep your suitcase size at 28 or 30 inches or smaller. If your luggage exceeds the weight limit, you will need to pay an excess baggage fee, which can be quite expensive. Some budget airlines do not offer any free checked luggage allowance, and you will need to purchase baggage allowance in advance or at the airport. The specifications for carry-on luggage vary depending on the airline. For non-budget airlines, there are generally few restrictions on soft bags, and as long as your backpack isn't excessively large, such as a huge hiking backpack, you should be fine. For suitcases, it's recommended to choose ones that are 20 inches or smaller. If your suitcase exceeds 20 inches, it may not fit in the overhead compartment on some planes, leading to last-minute check-in at the gate and potential inconvenience. Budget airlines have varying requirements for carry-on luggage, with some limiting the size and others the weight, so it's essential to check the specific airline's policies in advance. It is advisable to pack heavy, non-valuable, and non-dangerous items, particularly liquids, in your checked luggage. Keep valuable and essential personal items, such as all electronic devices, laptops, tablets, cameras, chargers, power banks, etc., important documents, wallets, medications, and medical devices, in your carry-on luggage. Before traveling to China, you can buy a SIM card and a data package online. This will enable you to use mobile data and access foreign applications without any issues. However, these SIM cards typically do not support voice calls or text messaging. Therefore, you won't be able to perform tasks that require these services, such as opening a bank account. You can also buy SIM cards and data packages at the airport upon arrival. Just head to the service center in the airport for a quick and convenient option, though there might be a queue. However, the package options at the airport are limited, and the prices may be higher. For more choices and potentially better deals, it's advisable to visit a service center near your hotel, preferably a larger store. In China, you can choose from the 3 major telecom operators: China Unicom, China Mobile, and China Telecom. There are specific SIM card and data package options designed for foreigners in China. One, if you are visiting China for tourism, a short-term data package is sufficient. You can choose from 7-day, 15-day, or 30-day plans, with costs ranging from 100 yen to 200 yen, which is relatively expensive. 2, if you are staying in China for more than a month, opting for a monthly rental package, which includes both data and call minutes, is more economical. These packages usually cost between 30 yen and 50 yen per month. If you plan to leave China but want to keep your phone number active, you can apply for a number retention package, which costs approximately 10 yen per month. To apply for a SIM card in China, you will need to provide the following documents. 1, make sure to bring your original passport, as the staff will need to verify your passport information when applying for a SIM card. 2, you will also need to provide your visa, whether it's a tourist visa, work visa, or any other type, as long as it is still valid. Process for foreigners to apply for a SIM card in China. 1, visit the service center and get in line to take a number. It's recommended to avoid weekends for shorter wait times. 2, provide your passport and other required documents, and fill out the registration form. 3, select a suitable package. The staff will provide detailed explanations of the options available. Choose based on your needs and avoid being upsold to a more expensive package. 4, make the payment. You can choose to pay in cash or through mobile payment methods. Note that credit card payments are typically only available at larger service centers. 5, the staff will assist in activating the SIM card and test to ensure it is working properly. Contact your bank ahead of time to inform them of your upcoming travel, and ensure that the overseas transfer feature is enabled. If you wish to open a bank account in China, you will need to prepare the following documents. 1. The first step in opening a bank account in China is to obtain a Chinese SIM card. This SIM card will be necessary for receiving bank SMS messages and for verification purposes. 2. Choose a bank. Foreigners can select from major commercial banks in China, such as Bank of China, Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, China Construction Bank, and Agricultural Bank of China. Services and requirements may vary between different banks, so you can choose based on your needs and convenience. When you go to the bank and inform them that you are a foreigner wanting to open an account, they will provide you with the necessary forms and ask you to take a number and wait in line. 3. In the form, you will need to provide a Chinese address. This can be your rental address or the address of your hotel. It's advisable to check with the staff whether using your hotel address is acceptable. 4. Passport.
Go to the bank branch to complete the card application process.
1. Visit the branch of your chosen bank, approach a staff member, and request an account opening application form. Fill out the form as required. 2. Submit the prepared documents to the bank staff for review. 3. The staff may engage in a brief conversation with you to verify your identity and the purpose of opening the card. Set up your password and select the services you require. 1. After the review is approved, you will need to set a password for your bank account. 2. You can choose to activate services such as online banking, mobile banking, and SMS notifications based on your needs. Receive your bank card. Typically, a bank card will be produced within a few business days. You should follow the notification from the bank staff and bring your valid identification documents to the bank branch to collect your bank card. You can prepare some cash in advance, and you also have the option to exchange or withdraw cash at the airport, or later at a bank after arrival. Individuals aged 16 and above can carry up to 20,000 renminbi or the equivalent of $5,000 in foreign currency. Amounts exceeding these limits need to be declared to customs. Mobile payment apps.
You can install Alipay and WeChat on your smartphone.
These two apps can handle almost all payment needs in China, including shopping, transportation, bill payments, and transferring money to friends. To set up Alipay and WeChat Pay, you will need identification documents. It is recommended to use a passport, which allows you to complete the process abroad in advance. During the process of binding a bank card, the phone number for verification does not necessarily have to be a Chinese mainland phone number. As long as the overseas phone number can receive SMS verification codes, it can also pass the verification. It's important to note that when using a foreign bank card to link with Alipay, you can only make payments to business users, not to individuals. For example, foreigners cannot transfer money to personal accounts or scan personal QR codes of street vendors or taxi drivers. However, services like Didi, a ride-hailing service, operate through the Alipay platform and can directly deduct payments. For Alipay and WeChat Pay, there are consumption limits and fees. Transactions under 200 renminbi, approximately $28, are free of service charges, while transactions exceeding 200 renminbi, approximately $28, incur a 3% service fee. Transaction limits per transaction. WeChat Pay 6,000 renminbi, approximately $835, Alipay 3,000 renminbi, approximately $417. Monthly transaction limit, 50,000 renminbi, approximately $7,013. Annual transaction limit, 60,000 renminbi, approximately $8,415. Summary of payment methods for foreigners traveling to China. Use cards for large amounts, scan codes for small amounts, and keep some cash as a backup. In China, you will need to use an adapter to plug in foreign appliances, such as phones and laptops, into the electrical outlets. You need to ensure that the power bank is produced by a reputable manufacturer, and that it has no visible or functional damage. The device's parameter information should be clearly marked on the body. Otherwise, it may be confiscated. 1. If the power bank has a rated energy of no more than 100 Wh, it does not require airline approval and can be brought directly onto the plane. 2. For power banks with a rated energy between 100 Wh and 160 Wh, airline approval is required before they can be carried on the plane. 3. Each passenger may carry no more than 2 power banks. 4. Power banks cannot be checked in as baggage. They must be placed in your carry-on luggage or carried with you. After passing through security, you can board the plane. 5. During security checks, mobile phones, cameras, laptops, and power banks must be removed from your luggage and placed separately. 6. During the flight, you must not use the power bank and should keep it powered off for the entire duration. In China, if your phone runs out of battery while you're outdoors, most shops or malls will have shared power banks available. You can scan the QR code on the machine to rent a portable shared power bank to charge your phone. However, it's important to note that rental prices vary between different brands or businesses, and the prices are generally quite high. It's best to check the price list before deciding whether to rent one. The most important point is that after using the shared power bank, you need to return it. Conveniently, you don't have to return it to the same business where you borrowed it from. As long as it's the same brand, you can return it at any other location offering the service.